Next dish I'm going to do for you is actually a chicken stir fry, but instead of using rice, we're actually going to use rice stick noodles. We're going to get some broccoli going in there. It's got a little bit of soy sauce. We'll give it a twist with a little bit of lime juice and some peanuts at the end. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I take some plastic wrap, okay, and we are going to, with this dish, you can either use chicken breast or chicken thighs, okay? It's really personal choice. I'm using thighs today. That's what I like better. I believe that chicken thighs actually have a better flavor than chicken breast. I'm just going to lay them down right on the chicken breast here, just like so. I got 2 of them there. If you again, if your personal preference, if you want to use chicken breast, go right ahead. But what I'm going to do is these are actually pretty thin already, so I'm just going to lay the plastic right over the top like so. And what I want to do is I want to pound these out. I want to get them nice and thin. So a lot of times what you'll see is you might see somebody using like a meat mallet and whacking it just to thin it out. What I can do is I can just take a regular old saute pan like this and just use the flat part right on the bottom. And you just go right along. Just like so. That's all you got to do. And what it's doing is just basically breaking down the chicken, the meat proteins in the chicken. All right, I'm going to take it just like so. I'm going to take the knife. Okay, and what I want to do now is I want to cut nice pieces of chicken, probably about 1-inch slices or so. So I'm just going to go through, go across like so, turn it this way, and just go right vertically right down. Okay, same thing on this side. Just do a few slices down the middle, cut into 3s, and then again, just like so. Okay. Down there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add this right to our pan here. And I'm using a wok, okay? If you didn't have a wok at home, don't worry about it. You could just use a regular fry pan. It would work just fine, okay? Just going to drop that right in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in. So I'll stir that around a little bit. Just kind of browning that chicken up just a little bit, okay? We're going to let that cook, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab myself some garlic. And again, just like we did with the yolk, just going to chop it up now. Nice and fine. I'm not going to mince it or anything like that. It'll break down. It'll cook down with the chicken. I'm just going to add that right in, okay? Again, keep it moving. That looks good. All right, got some broccoli here, okay? And what you want to do is, if I was buying whole heads of broccoli and actually had the stems, you can actually use the stems. You can actually just, cut them the long way, really thin, and you can actually throw them right into your stir fry. In this case, what I'm doing is I'm actually using florets, okay? If you buy florets in the store, all you want to do is you just go right through. It almost has little lines. Think about it that way. And all you have to do is just pull them apart. See how they're the bite-sized pieces? That's what you're looking for. And I didn't blanch this, okay? I like my broccoli to have a little bit of bite to it. I think if you blanch it and then you stir fry it, what happens a lot of times is you'll end up overcooking the broccoli. And in a stir fry, you don't want overcooked broccoli. You don't want it to be mushy. You don't want it to be soft. You want it to be tender to the bite. All right, so I'm just going to go around, kind of cook that like that for a second. Kind of wait. You'll see the broccoli starting to turn nice and green. Looks really fresh. You can see that right in there. That looks good. Then what I'm going to do here, again, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Again, toss it around a little bit more. That looks good. All right. Now what I'm using is I'm actually using just a little bit of soy sauce in here. Okay. This is full salt. It's not low sodium soy sauce. So if you were at the grocery store, I prefer low sodium. The only reason I do that is because I always feel like I can add more salt in the end. When you're using regular soy sauce, don't use a lot because it tends to be very salty and you can't take salt out of a dish. It's a lot easier to add salt to a dish. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take this And again, same kind of thing. We cooked all those wonderful bits of flavors from the garlic, the chicken, the broccoli. It's all on the bottom of that pan. And now what we're going to do, I'm just going to go right around and I'm deglazing the pan. I'm removing all that fond from it. And again, when you're cooking with a wok, what you want to do is you want to have it on high heat, okay? You might have heard the expression saute. Well, saute means to jump, okay? So if you ever hear somebody say, well, I'm actually sauteing it, it means making the food jump in the pan. And when you stir fry, what you're trying to do is you're trying to keep the food moving over very high heat, and you're cooking it very fast. That looks great, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this from my wok. Just going to set it right into this bowl. Just set it aside for now. Lay that right there. Now what we're going to do, we're actually going to do a couple things. I have some eggs here. I'm just going to crack them right in, just like so. Now you can beat these ahead if you want, but I prefer to do it this way. Okay, and then what I do, just break those yolks, go around like so. And as that egg starts to set up, I don't want it to completely set up before I add my noodles. I actually want it to be a little bit on the wet side. And I actually want my noodles to be a little bit on the wet side as well. Okay, so what I have here is this is the rice stick noodles. What's great about rice stick noodles is you just stick them in hot water for about 10 minutes and they're ready to go. Just going to drop those right in there. Just like so. And then I mix the noodles into the egg. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to get that egg to kind of stick to the noodles. Okay? Just going to get that going. Scrape the bottom of the wok there. That looks great. And again, I'm going at pretty high heat here, folks. Keeping it moving. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my broccoli and my chicken right back into it. I'm just going to toss that around. Looks great. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of heat and I want to add a little bit of acid. Okay? So for the heat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of crushed red pepper. Just going to put that right in there. If I had a little bit of red pepper paste, I'd mix that right in. It would actually be a little hotter than red crushed pepper, but it's a personal preference. Then what we're going to do, take a lime. We're just going to get our lime juice in there. Another one. Looks good. All right, perfect. You can smell it. You can actually smell all those flavors. It's awesome. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to plate this. Put that right up there. I'm just going to take the noodles and go right down the center of the plate, just like so. Get some broccoli and chicken right on there. A little more on there. That looks good. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe the edge of the plate here. Go around, just wipe the edge of the plate. Then, this is my personal preference, okay? You don't have to do this, but I love peanuts, okay, on my stir fries. And these are just roasted peanuts, unsalted. And then again, we're just going to garnish this up with a few lime wedges. And again, really simple, really easy. As you can see, it didn't take me that long to produce a great dinner. This is, again, it's a simple stir fry with chicken, broccoli. It's got our rice stick noodles, which is just that. It's actually rice that's made into a noodle. Deglaze the pan with a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of red crushed pepper for heat, touch of lime juice for the acidity. It's really good. I can't wait to eat it. All right, thank you.